as a result. The scars of PTSD may be invisible, but all too real for the brave men and women who feel its impact every day. Now, though, doctors are researching a promising new treatment that could help take the trial and error out of treating PTSD. I spoke with some of those on the front lines of this research.
Everyone deals with their own way. I try to hide it. I try not to think about it because I got to stay 100%. You know, I got to keep a good example.
The war in Iraq is over, Afghanistan winding down. Yet the troops returning home still fight battles of their own, and too often on their own. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD.
I say I try not to think about it.
The problem so widespread and treatment so frequently mishandled that last year, Defense Secretary Leon Panetta ordered all military services to conduct an extensive review of mental health diagnoses.
What we try to do is to do mental health assessments both before and after deployments so that we can identify and try to treat somebody who might have a problem, specifically with PTSD. We've done about 600,000 of these assessments.
One intractable problem. How do you treat wounds of war that fester inside the brain? Now, doctors at Walter Reed Military Medical Center are trying a new system that shows promise.
It was actually life-changing for me. If I can help just one person avoid the battles that I went through to get the right medication, it's worth it.
Brian Harvey is a civilian who spent 7 desperate years trying to find something to help cure what doctors had diagnosed as bipolar disorder.
I went through 3 different doctors and 4 different drug combinations. I kept on changing, trying to find something that would work because it wasn't working.
This is the system Brian found, the one he says has saved his marriage, maybe his life.
So let's see how this brain scan process works. Try and clear up some of the mysteries. I'll be the guinea pig.
Known as Central Nervous System Response, or CNS, it's simply a cap with electrodes worn during a 20-minute session to record brainwaves. The individual's brainwave pattern is then compared with a database to find which specific mood-altering drugs would likely be most beneficial. Dr. William Richardson, an Army veteran and New Jersey psychiatrist, says the technology all but eliminates the trial-and-error drug testing he used to have to employ.
Oh, the potential is fabulous. The potential is to help all the soldiers that have psychiatric illness. I mean, we can run this test on them and then really be able to come up with at least an 80% accuracy rate of the medications that are likely to work.
Well, the man behind the company pushing this technology is with us now, George Carpenter, President and CEO of CNS Response. The cap I was wearing, standard electroencephalogram. It's been around for years. Exactly. But you found a way to take the information that comes out of it and help apply it. Can you explain that?
The company was created by doctors, and they thought that, you know, they've got 130 medications to choose from and no guidance on which will work for your particular brain.
So it's guesswork.
It is trial and error. That's the dominant therapy. And so instead of guessing, they said, let's see if we can collect data from the EEG that you took that correlates to medication outcomes of patients they already have. And it's now the largest brain database of its kind. And it improves 2 to 3 times the outcomes that doctors get with those therapies.
Yeah, Dr. Richardson says it's 80% correct in his experience at finding medications that will help deal with, you know, the problems that might be inside the head.
Exactly. Everyone reacts differently to medications, and we want to know your brain. Psychiatry is the only area of medicine that doesn't have a test. So now they finally have something that they can do to objectively, rather than subjectively, figure out what's going to work.
We mentioned Walter Reed is testing it out. You guys are training some of the doctors there. People who might suffer from, you know, depression, that kind of thing, ordinary civilians can take this as well.
Absolutely. There's been about 12,000 of them done, and it's been around since the year 2000. The real key for us is it takes about 17 years to get a new technology adopted by doctors, and we've got to do a better job. You know, suicide rates, school shootings, junior SEAL, we see the results of treatment failure in mental health, and we've just got to get better at finding new technologies like this and bringing them to the doctor.
It costs about $400 to take the test. Does insurance cover it?
Most insurance does not cover it. The military will really be the first payer that's paying for this. United Healthcare has reviewed it and looks like they'll approve it. So
exciting stuff, especially for our troops.
Thanks, John.
George Carpenter, thank you, and we'll be right back.